Normally, on the path, we know to what extent that the personal work is necessary. And it's accomplished in a form of physical or interior isolation. But at the same time, we also know that we can always realize the plenitude of this internal work and isolation by having constantly harmonious relationships with the others in the world in all kinds of forms, in the form of animal, vegetal, and mineral, and also the relationships with the others, with people who are around us. And this is the way we see things on the path. And with regard to all forms of deviance, immaturity, neurosis, and psychosis, people who are motivated by what we call the instinctive traits or the negative character traits of human beings, things follow the normal course. You need to work on your traits of greed, fear, and desire to control. There are all kinds of traits that are active, whether you're in a disagreeable or agreeable situation. These traits are always active, and as long as you're not somebody who is able to go beyond their culture and civilization, somebody who is able to, who decides to dominate not others but their own character traits, it's within oneself that one needs to begin the work of dominating these traits in order to live in a manner that's harmonious and healthy with other people. And in a period such as this one, obviously, which is very favorable to understanding and deepening one's understanding of all this. In the spirit of what I spoke about this morning, you have to understand the meaning of what is a virus, for example. Most people think that a virus is a little beast which invades them, like a microbe, a germ. But in fact, a virus is really something else. It's something that is incomplete. It's a being that is completely incomplete, which cannot live on its own, which must vampirize or parasitize another being, another cell. Viruses are pieces of cells or waste products of cells which, in order to multiply, must vampirize or parasitize other cells. And once they enter into someone else, they only have one goal, which is their own goal, and they don't care at all about the life of the person in whom they are living. So the characteristic of this virus is a type of exaggerated individualism, which is at the expense of others. So the virus lives at the expense of the being which they have invaded. And also makes one think about a cancerous cell, which acts at the expense of the other cells. And the only thing they are interested in is their own survival and their own well-being, and they don't care about the system in which they have entered, and they destroy it. So describing a virus and the cancer cells in this manner makes you think about the human being today with his constant search for pleasure for himself, for his own well-being, and his own personal goals at the expense of others. Each person in their egocentricity and their egotism and their individualism, where they give no place to others, except in order to use them, to vampirize them, or to parasitize them. And the entire system, each person just wants to profit from the system. And even if it ends in destroying the system, this individualism and it destroys society and the system in which it occurs. That's what a virus is. And as cancerous cells, and that's what human beings have become in our time. Of a human consciousness today, which revolves entirely around materialism, individualism.